Today we uncover the truth about pasta dishes. Pasta itself isn't the problem. Traditional pasta made from simple ingredients has been part of diets for centuries. The issue is what modern food companies and restaurants have turned pasta into. Many popular pasta dishes today are overloaded with refined oils, processed meats, excessive sodium, heavy creams, and hidden sugars that completely change how the body responds to them. When meals become heavily processed and calorie-dense, they stop being satisfying in a healthy way. Blood sugar rises faster, digestion becomes heavier, and the combination of fat and refined carbohydrates can make these meals extremely easy to overeat. That's one of the biggest issues modern nutrition researchers talk about when it comes to ultra-palatable foods. So today, we're counting down 6 pasta dishes you should avoid based on ingredient quality, nutritional profile, and what science tells us about how these foods affect the body over time. Then we'll finish with 2 pasta dishes that are actually much better choices and can fit into a healthier lifestyle when prepared properly. Let's get straight into it. Number 6. Fettuccine Alfredo. This is one of the heaviest pasta dishes you can order anywhere. Traditional Alfredo sauce is built around butter, cream, and cheese. Modern restaurant versions often push that even further with added oils and oversized portions. From a nutritional standpoint, this creates a meal extremely high in saturated fat and calories. Saturated fat itself isn't automatically harmful in moderation, but when combined with refined carbohydrates and large portion sizes, the calorie load becomes enormous very quickly. Many Alfredo dishes at chain restaurants exceed an entire day's recommended calorie intake in a single serving. That means your body is processing huge amounts of fat and refined starch all at once. The texture also encourages overeating. Cream sauces coat the palate heavily, making the meal feel indulgent and rewarding to the brain. Studies on hyperpalatable foods consistently show that combinations of fat and refined carbs increase the likelihood of overconsumption. And the worst part is that Alfredo contains very little fiber. So despite how heavy it feels, satiety often doesn't last as long as people expect. Number 5. Macaroni and cheese. This one surprises people because it feels comforting and harmless. But modern mac and cheese is often highly processed. Boxed versions frequently contain powdered cheese blends, emulsifiers, preservatives, and artificial flavoring compounds designed to mimic stronger cheese flavor. Restaurant versions often add excessive butter and processed cheeses to intensify texture. Scientifically speaking, processed cheese products are designed for meltability and consistency rather than nutritional quality. Many contain sodium phosphate and stabilizers that keep texture smooth and uniform. Then there's sodium. Some servings contain over half the recommended daily sodium intake in one meal. High sodium intake over time is strongly associated with elevated blood pressure risk. And because the dish is low in protein relative to calories, it becomes very easy to keep eating without feeling fully satisfied. Number 4. Spaghetti and meatballs from fast casual chains. This sounds traditional, but many restaurant versions are heavily modified. The tomato sauces often contain added sugars to balance acidity, while the meatballs are frequently made with fillers, breadcrumbs, and lower-quality processed meat blends. Processed meats are one of the biggest concerns here. Research consistently links frequent consumption of heavily processed meats with poorer long-term health outcomes. The issue is not occasional consumption. It's frequency. Many chain versions also contain very high sodium levels. Between the sauce, pasta water seasoning, cheese topping, and meatballs themselves, sodium content can become excessive fast. And because white pasta digests quickly, blood sugar rises rapidly, especially when fiber intake is low. Number 3. Baked ziti. This is essentially a perfect storm of refined carbs, cheese, oil, and processed meat, all baked together into a dense, calorie-heavy dish. Many recipes contain multiple cheeses layered with sausage or processed ground beef. That combination creates extremely high energy density. In nutritional science, energy density refers to calories packed into a relatively small volume of food. Foods with high energy density are strongly associated with passive overeating, because people consume more calories before fullness signals properly activate. The heavy baking process also changes texture significantly. Melted cheese and oils create an ultra-soft consistency that reduces chewing effort. Research suggests softer, hyperpalatable foods are often consumed more quickly, which can reduce satiety signaling even further. This is why baked ziti often leaves people feeling overly full and sluggish afterward. Number 2. Carbonara made with processed bacon and cream. Authentic carbonara is actually relatively simple. Traditional recipes use eggs, pecorino cheese, black pepper, and guanciale. But many modern versions completely change the structure. Cream is frequently added even though authentic carbonara doesn't require it. Processed bacon replaces traditional cured pork. Portions become oversized. Processed bacon introduces additional sodium, preservatives, and nitrates. High intake of processed meats has been consistently studied in nutritional research for potential long-term health concerns. Adding cream also dramatically increases calorie density while reducing the simplicity that made the original dish balanced in smaller portions. The result is a pasta dish that feels much heavier and more processed than the traditional version ever was. Number 1. Instant microwave pasta meals. This is by far the worst category. These products are designed almost entirely around convenience and shelf stability. Ingredient lists often contain preservatives, stabilizers, modified starches, flavor enhancers, and refined oils. From a scientific perspective, ultra-processed meals like these are associated with higher calorie intake and lower dietary quality overall. They digest quickly, contain low fiber, and often fail to provide long-lasting satiety. Many microwave pasta meals are also extremely high in sodium. Some contain close to an entire day's recommended intake in one container. And because they are soft, highly processed, and heavily flavored, they are very easy to eat quickly. This combination of refined carbs, sodium, additives, and low nutritional density makes them the worst option on the list. Now let's move to the 2 pasta dishes that are actually good choices when prepared properly. The first is pasta primavera. This dish stands out because the focus shifts away from heavy cream and processed ingredients toward vegetables, olive oil, and lighter sauces. From a nutritional standpoint, vegetables increase fiber content significantly. Fiber slows digestion, supports satiety, and helps stabilize blood sugar response after meals. Olive oil also changes the nutritional profile. Unlike heavily refined oils used in many processed dishes, extra virgin olive oil contains polyphenols and monounsaturated fats that have been widely studied for cardiovascular benefits. Another advantage is ingredient flexibility. Primavera works with broccoli, spinach, tomatoes, zucchini, peppers, and garlic. That variety increases micronutrient intake naturally. Garlic itself contains sulfur compounds associated with cardiovascular support in research. Tomatoes contain lycopene, a well-studied antioxidant compound. The result is a pasta dish that feels lighter, more balanced, and nutritionally stronger overall. The second good option is simple spaghetti aglio e olio. This is one of the best examples of how simplicity often wins. Traditional aglio e olio contains olive oil, garlic, parsley, chili flakes, and pasta. That's it. No heavy cream, no processed sauces. No stabilizers. Scientifically, this structure makes a big difference. Garlic has been studied extensively, as mentioned before, for potential anti-inflammatory and cardiovascular effects. Olive oil provides healthier fat composition compared to heavily processed sauces. The worst pasta dishes are usually the ones built around excess. Excess cream, excess sodium, excess processed meat, excess additives. The better pasta dishes always focus on simplicity, ingredient quality, and balance. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments which pasta dish you think is the healthiest. And if you want to stay healthy and make better food choices, make sure you subscribe.